Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's Evan Clementino here from CBBB, and this week I wanted to crunch some numbers with you guys to break down the value of paying for specialized bookkeeping services versus what your current setup might be. So whether you're doing your own bookkeeping right now or you're paying a bookkeeper or having your accountant do it, this video will help one, explain the cost differences, what you're paying right now versus what you'd be paying me here at CBBB, and two, the features difference, because in reality, we're not comparing apples to apples here, we're comparing apples to oranges. Without further ado, let's get started here. I'm gonna bring my iPad out and we're gonna look at the cost breakdown first. The first thing that we need to put a dollar value on is your time. If you make $100,000 a year, and this is just a guess or just an estimate, that's equivalent to $50 an hour working a 40-hour work week. So we'll say you're at $50 an hour and it takes you 8 hours a month to do your own bookkeeping. That's equal to $400 per month or $4,800 per year. That can be applicable to you paying a bookkeeper to do your services as well. They might charge you that for their hourly rate plus a little bit more for the software and stuff, which we'll get into. But this, let's just say that as a rough estimate there, the time portion is going to you're going to spend $4,800 worth of your time on your bookkeeping in a year. Now we'll look at software. So the assumption here is that you're paying for QuickBooks Essentials. That's the basic QuickBooks subscription for $50 a month. Plus QuickBooks Payroll with 4 employees. So that would be another $41 per month. For a total, let's round up to $100 just to make the math easier. $100 a month or $1,200 per year. The next step is the accounting, and for this example, I'm just going to try to hit the average. Generally, the accounting fees will range widely depending on mainly who you have doing your accounting, but also the services that you have them do for you. So for this example, they're going to be doing your income taxes, and that's what we'll cover first. So $2,000 a year in income taxes. That's an estimate of it taking like 10 hours at $200 an hour, given plus minus some like cleanup that they may have to do, some standard cleanup. So that's $2,000 plus some HST. So let's say it takes them 2 hours to do HST filings and they charge $200 an hour. So that's $400 per filing. Times 4 filings in a year, you're doing one every quarter. That's $1,600 per year. The third accounting related cost is a cleanup fee. Now they might have to do a standard cleanup fee for just the income tax prep, but if the bookkeeper prepares the books well, then you shouldn't have to pay an additional cleanup, pay for additional hours of work to be done to get your books up to quality for the income tax filing. So if your bookkeeper isn't providing that high quality of a service, well then you may pay an extra, let's say 3 hours of cleanup, so $600. Actually, let's put it over here. $600 at the end of the year to have it cleaned up. So there you see it with your accounting at a conservative estimate of $200 an hour. You could be paying upwards of $4,200 in annual accounting fees. That's this, and this. And then lastly here we have the late fee. So obviously again, this is going to vary by the business, but a lot of the times when you have a bookkeeper who's not staying prepared throughout the year and throwing things on the accountant's desk kind of last minute, things get missed and things don't get filed on time. Now the CRA charges a late fee of 5% of the outstanding balance that you were late on paying. So for the sake of this example, let's just say 2 of the HST filings were filed late. If the company has an annual HST liability of $16,000, that's $4,000 per filing, and 5% of $4,000 is $200. So you could say a late fee of $200 per filing times 2 filings a year, that's another $400 in late fees. You have plus your interest. So we'll ignore that for the sake of this example, but depending on what time how long it actually takes you to pay that, you're going to be charged interest of 1% on the outstanding balance per month that it's late. Now, when we add all these costs up, you can see that across your own time, the software, the accounting, and the late fees, you can pay upwards of $10,600 per year in bookkeeping and accounting related fees. $10,600 per year. Sure, this is just an estimate and it may not perfectly apply to your business, but there's a lot of variables to consider, and I encourage you to break down the true cost of your own accounting and bookkeeping. But let's continue with the video here. Now I want to show you how this compares to the services, the flat fee monthly services that I offer here at CBBB. Here you can see the cost breakdown of my services on my website. Now I'm not going to go into all the features right now, but I just wanted you to take a look at the pricing. So you can see for my enhanced package, I charge $750 a month times 12, and that is $9,000 per year. Now we have to consider additional accounting fees because I don't do income tax filings, but I do HST filing, so you don't have to pay your accountant for that. And I have the books prepared for the accountant, so they may charge a little cleanup fee that's standard for all their filings, but they're not going to charge you that additional $600 that I mentioned over here. So we basically waive the HST, we waive the additional cleanup fee, and we waive the late fees because I stay on top of your books to ensure that as soon as that information is available and prepared, and it's sent to the accountant. So we'll have an additional accounting fee of $2,000 per year, making a total annual cost of my services at $11,000 over the year. So we can see here, I come in at slightly more expensive than your estimated cost of your current setup, only $400 difference. And as I mentioned earlier, we're comparing apples to oranges in a way. If you're doing your bookkeeping right now or you have a freelance bookkeeper doing it, you're likely not getting access to the top quality tools and resources and getting all the additional perks that are included in my enhanced package. Paying $10,600 for your current setup versus paying $11,000 for my enhanced setup is a huge upgrade for literally an extra $400. And that doesn't even include the money that can be saved by using CBBB's bookkeeping service. I'm confident that I can pay for my own expense. I can unlock at least $11,000 of cash in your business. If you have any questions, please reach out directly. I'd love to discuss this more or get an understanding of how I can help you and your particular business, your particular situations that you're in. That's all for now. I drop videos every Monday, so stay tuned for the next one. Please subscribe to get that notification. And in the meantime, drop a like or drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. Cheers.